And this is Simone, and I'm at a undisclosed location on the west side of Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I'm fortunate enough to be sitting here with I'm uncomfortable calling him loco, because the type of artifacts that this gentleman has been collecting through the years surpasses loco. And I'm sitting here speaking to Mr. Ralph Hunter, director of?
I'm the founder president of the African American Heritage Museum of Southern New Jersey, located in Newtonville, soon to be located in addition to our Newtonville location here in Atlantic City. Sometime in November, we're going to be at the Wave Garage, which is on the corner of Mississippi and Fairmount Avenue. We're sharing a space there with the Noise Museum, Richard Stockton College of New Jersey, as well as the African American Museum will move in there. It's a project put together by CRETA and managed by Stockton, Richard Stockton College of New Jersey.
Well, you answered several of my questions in one breath. And I don't even think my lungs could hold that much breath to breathe, much less to speak. Now, what I'm interested in now, I know, but I want our listening audiences to know how this all started with you.
Well, it started many years ago, about 40 years ago. And what had happened, I had a few bucks and I decided to collect black memorabilia. And I went into an antique store in North Carolina, and when I got there, I asked the lady if she had anything that was African American. And she said she had one item, but it was in the back room. Her boss wouldn't permit her to put it out because he didn't want to offend any of the customers. And so I says, "Miss, I have cash money. Whatever you have, I'll buy." She goes into the back room and brings out a book. Now, I have to step back for a second and give you some of my childhood bringing up. I was raised in Philadelphia, went to school, and in my class there were only 4 African Americans in kindergarten. And the teacher used to constantly read a story. And the name of the story she would read to us was called Little Black Sambo.
Oh, no.
And at lunchtime or at recess or at quiet time, the kids used to always call me Little Black Sambo. And I was very, very offended by it. And I felt really, really bad about being a Little Black Sambo and being chastised that way. So let's go fast forward again. And the lady comes out of the back room, and she has a book in her hand. And the name of the book is Little Black Sambo. Now, I had enough money to buy anything I wanted to buy, but I had made a commitment to her that I would buy whatever she had. And when she came out with the book, I started to tell her that I was not interested. But being the gentleman that I am, true to my word, I purchased a book. And on the way out the door, I said, I'm going to buy every Little Black Sambo book in the world and have a big bonfire and burn them all the hell up. That was my thought. Then I took the book outside to my car. This was in North Carolina, and I opened it up and started to read it, and it was a fascinating story. It tells the story of a little black boy whose mother made him a new outfit, new pair of slippers, new pair of pants, a vest, and his dad had given him an umbrella. So he put all his new garments on, and he walked out into the jungle. And once he got outside of the jungle, there were 4 tigers that came up to him. One of the tigers said, "If you don't give me those slippers, are going to eat you up." And Little Black Sambo said, "Well, what are you going to do with my slippers?" He said, "I'm going to put them in my ears so I can be the most handsome tiger in the whole entire jungle." Gives them to the tiger. The tiger starts prancing around the jungle. Another tiger comes along and says, "If you don't give me those beautiful trousers, I'm going to eat you up." He says, "Well, Mr. Tiger, please don't eat me up. I'll give you my trousers." So he puts his trousers on his front legs and he starts prancing around the jungle. Another tiger comes along and says, "What about that jacket, that beautiful crimson jacket? If you don't give me that, I'm going to eat you up." He says, "Oh, Mr. Tiger, please don't eat me up. I'll let you have it." Along comes the 4th tiger and says, "I want the umbrella." So, "Mr. Tiger, what are you going to do with the umbrella?" He says, "I'm going to put it on my tail and I'll be the most handsome tiger in the whole jungle." So the tigers then started chasing each other around the jungle. And they found this one tree, this palm tree, and they started chasing each other around the palm tree. Then they decided it was getting hot and heavy, so they took off all Little Black Sambo's clothing and laid it around. And they started chasing each other around the tree. They went around the tree faster, 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 and all the tigers then turned into butter. Little Sambo then gathers his clothing and puts it on, heads back home, and tells his mother what had taken place. Along comes his father and sees under this tree all of this butter, and he had this urn on top of his head. And he takes the urn and fills it full of butter, and he goes home and he asked his son, what would you like to eat? He says, Dad, I had a tough day today. These tigers were really, really after me. And he said, what would you like to eat? He says, Dad, I could eat 100 pancakes. So his mother made him 100 pancakes. His father ate like 87. His mother ate like 33 pancakes. But the moral of the story is, when you were a little girl growing up, and on Saturday or Sunday, perhaps your parents would make you pancakes or flapjacks. What kind of syrup did you put on your pancakes?
Maple.
No. Anja?
And Jemima.
I ain't your mama. Your mama's at home. You get it? I ain't your mama. Your mama's at home?
Yes.
Yeah. How you supposed to be cracking up, crawling over the floor? One of my funniest stories of all time.
I'm just shaking my head.
I tell this story to kids. I travel to about 100 schools a year, and I share this story with school kids throughout the state of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, as well as Delaware. And they see me walking down a mall or walking any place at all, and I walk up to me and say, and that's my laughter for the joke. Next question.
Well, that's a very interesting story, because I hadn't thought about, you all know about the name Little Black Sambo, and it's not something that raises pride in you if you're a person of color, if you're an African American. But you never think about what the story was about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was sitting here listening to you. I'm like, wow, I haven't heard this story in so many years, because, again, you see Little Black Sambo, and the first thing you want to do is turn your head.
That's right.
And one of the things that I think is so important about this project that you have such a passion for, and thank you very much, is that it is so important for us as African Americans to know our history and to embrace it. Pro or con, it is our history. And you cannot move forward until you have a knowledge and understand where you came from and how you got to be where you are.
So very, very true. The story of Black Sambo. Even today at this fundraiser we had, a gentleman walks in, and I think he's walking in with a checkbook. He walks in with a 33 and a third album set of Little Black Sambo and donated them to the museum today. His name was Mr. Money. He was from Ocean City, New Jersey, and he lives in Egg Harbor Township, but he presented the museum for his first ever seen hard record in plastic of Little Black Sambo, the story of. I can't wait to play it.
Now, what speed was that in?
That would be 78.
A 78.
Yeah.
Careful, don't drop it. All right, so when can we look forward to the opening of the new location there in Atlantic City?
Well, we're looking at the end of October, the 1st of November. More than likely the first week in November. It's going to open, and of course we'll be there with the Noise Museum and all the other wonderful people who are going to be involved in that 16,000 square foot building.
Now, of course, you do have the backing of CRETA, but it takes more than CRETA to make an operation like this move forward, to stay solid and to move forward. So you're looking for donations. If someone was interested in donating to this fabulous project, how can they go about
Well, they
doing
can go
that?
to our website, which is the AAHMSNJ, and they can scroll down for the different programs we have, and they can go to PayPal. And through PayPal, they can make a donation to the African Americans Museums coming to Atlantic City.
Once again, that website is?
AAHMSNJ.org.
Excellent. Now, can we find you on Facebook by any chance?
I think so, but it's easier to go to our webpage, which is www.aahmsnj.org.
All right. Well, Mr. Hunter, thank you very much for taking this time and talking to Simone with Speakeasy.
Oh, thank you.